has the same technique that I learned in industrial design. We had like the tan background and the marker and then the white highlights. He did that same style. I recognized it. Turns out he's an industrial designer. His name's Feng Zhu, and he had made that transition from industrial design to concept art as a game company really early on. I had never heard of concept art at that point, and I thought, wait, you can do this for a job? People pay you to do this? He said, yeah. I was like, damn, I want to do that. I want to be a 3D artist. I want to be a concept artist. So I started just drawing on the side while I was there. And people came around to my desk and said, hey, man, you should be a concept artist. Like, yeah, I should. So later on, Fang, I'll show you later, but he starts his own school. But anyway, I just started thinking, okay, well, I've never even heard of concept art for games, but this sounds like something I would love to do. And all my industrial design skills translate perfectly. It's basically like industrial design for fantasy. You know, you don't have any of the real world limitations. No engineers or marketing people are going to tell you that you can do your product the way you want to do it. So I knew when I was leaving industrial design that I was leaving a lot of headaches behind. And then when you get into concept art, really you just got to make something that looks cool, and that's pretty much it. It's got to satisfy the art director or whoever. It may have some functions in the game to solve, but it doesn't have to be a real world product and solve real world problems. So I thought that would be great. Basically just more fun. This is Fang's school that he started over in Singapore. I just wanted to mention that because I thought it was weird that this guy who I just happened to bump into ended up becoming like a super famous concept artist. He's really good. Anyway, so that, all of my jobs that I had lasted for a few months and then they closed down because nobody could get any funding. I don't know why, but that's pretty typical of the industry from what I heard, from what I heard here. So, as it turned out, the same guy who headed up Bootprint, after that went down, was offered a chance to head up Wizards of the Coast, which is based in Seattle. They're the ones who do Dungeons and Dragons. Never played Dungeons and Dragons, but anyway, they were going to open up a studio in Austin and do Dungeons and Dragons online. Awesome. So, again, I'm not really sure how I got this job. Other than that guy knew me, but he knew me, I was a 3D artist there, but somehow, I don't know how, I got hired as a concept artist. I remember talking to the girl that was the art director, and I said, she said, what do you want to be? Or something like that, concept artist. Then they said, how much do you want to make? I gave them a number, and they paid me that. I was shocked. What kind of number? But anyway, they hired me as a concept artist, and we're a small team, just starting up. And here's a concept I did for them, Medieval City. I started this out in Bryce in 3D, and then I finished it up in Photoshop. It actually took me about a month to do this. It's super detailed. You can zoom into all those little houses and see things. It's crazy. I have not done a detailed painting like that since then. But it's really cool because this piece of art actually has gotten me a lot of work. A lot of people have contacted me saying, oh, we saw the Medieval City and we want to hire you to do blah, blah, blah. But you know, at the time, it was strange. At the time, nobody said anything to me. I did this and showed the people at Wizards, and they were like, oh, that's cool. But I think it's great. And I thought, well, it must be just me because I did it. But no, it turns out a lot of people contacted me later and said, oh, this is awesome. So here's more concept work I did for them. So this is for Dungeons and Dragons. So I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't know anything about it. So I just had to learn about all these monsters and elves. This piece is kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm going late on time.
We get into 4, so you got about
Okay.
12 minutes.
Well, I just want to mention real quickly, this piece right here, after I finished this piece, I felt like I kind of came full circle and sort of achieved the dream of the 12-year-old kid who wanted to paint like Frazetta when we grew up. When I did this, it's like, it's not exactly a Frazetta, but it's enough like it that it satisfied me. It's like, okay, I finally did that. And the thing about it is, I didn't even know that that was a goal of mine until after I had already achieved it, and I realized, I've been wanting to do that since I was 12 years old, and I finally got to do it. And then after that, I was ready to go to something else. That's kind of the way I am. I get bored really easily, and once I do something, I want to do something else. So anyway, there's a sketch right here. That's mine. A lot of times I'll be black and white versions. Okay, so Wizards of the Coast shut down. What happened was Hasbro bought them out and shut our studio down. So that lasted a few months. So after that happened, I thought, okay, every time I get a job, they close shop. So I'm just going to try to go as a freelance artist and just work from home, which I was able to do. I just don't want to sell that. So yeah, I just stayed at home and did freelance. And luckily, I got a lot of work from Wizards of the Coast. They do monster manuals and Dungeons and Dragons. They do all kinds of books. So they're always needing artists for their books. So I was able to keep a freelance career going for a while, 2 years after that. I got work doing magazine covers as well. And, but it was all fantasy, sort of Dungeons and Dragons type stuff. I like that. Yep, just more Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I don't know if this is exciting. I had fun. Basically, what I want to tell you about my career is it was fun. I never wanted to make a lot of money. I never wanted to get famous, but I did want to have fun. And without hardly even trying or any conscious effort, I did it. It just happened. So I was very pleased and thankful for it. But yeah, I never saw this coming. I never saw Photoshop coming, so I never really knew that I was going to be able to paint like this. I've never painted on canvas before, much before I got into Photoshop. I wasn't able to paint anything that looked very realistic. But because Photoshop is forgiving, it's digital, I was able to, as most people are, learn a lot faster. In these days, kids are learning Photoshop and illustration really fast. A lot of tutorials on that. Anyway, I'm just going to take a look at these real quick. Okay, so then I was hired by a company called Digital Animal to work on a game called Frontier Wars. I got to do the logo, splash page, interface design, more interface design, spaceships. A lot of fun. Spaceships. Two different races. These spaceships are for an insect race. That probably look a little like not like this. There's one of the insect pilots right there. So this is fun. So you can just make it all up yourself. There's really no long. I did some work for Iron Storm, another game company. I did some storyboards, which again, I never knew I was a storyboard artist, but if they needed one, I was there. Yeah, I'll try that. They also needed a logo for their company. So even though companies might go to a graphic design firm to get their logo done and do real corporate identity work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just go, oh, I know somebody who can do that. And that's what happened. My friend Sergio says, hey, I know somebody who can do that. I ended up getting this gig doing their logo. I like the variety. I really do. My next job was at Radical Entertainment up in Vancouver, Canada, and I was up there for about 8 months. And I got hired to work on The Hobbit video game. You their Lord of the Rings was actually set in the Second Age, which was before the movies and the books. So really, we had free reign to make up the characters that weren't invented yet for that universe. So that's what I did. These were actually the kings that later became the ring race. Lord of the Rings. So we were trying to see what they were looking like as sort of undead kings. Sort of half of my okay, so anyway, I was hired as a concept artist up there, and this is one of my favorite pieces that I did up there. I actually lost a lot of what I did up there. I had it on the drive and drive them down. That happens too. Always back up. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, it's just more Lord of the Rings, fantasy, characters, environments, weapons, vehicles, anything like that. Design, concept artists. So I quit that job after 8 months, and because I was kind of sick of life, sick of the rat race, having some personal issues with, in my marriage, and I was like, I didn't want to spend another winter in Vancouver. That was one of the reasons. It's wet and cold, and all I had was a bicycle. So I was riding my book back to work in the rain, freezing on it. The summer up there was gorgeous, but I had to leave. So I'd always wanted to go to Hawaii. I wanted to buy some land, build a yurt, have a garden, live off the land, do something good for the earth and stop being a typical person who sits in an office all day. So anyway, I did. I just escaped. So I escaped to Hawaii. And the cool thing about where I went to was the Big Island of Hawaii. They have these wild spinner dolphins that come in, and you just go out and swim with them. And I think the government is trying to crack down on that now, and they're trying to make it look like you can swim with dolphins. Anyway, I had the opportunity to do it, and the photograph you see here was made by a friend of mine, John Smith, who was my roommate out there. He's also a Georgia Tech industrial design graduate. Graduated along with me. He later did audio work for Human Code, the company I worked for. So, there's an industrial designer that went into audio production. But anyway, he's also a videographer and a photographer. This is his photograph. And, anyway, that's them playing the Leaf game. They actually will go grab a leaf and try to kind of off. And that's me. That's what I did in Hawaii. A lot of that. I found this, another reason I stayed there for so long is I found a place to rent that was up on the top of the mountain with this amazing view. And I was like, I can't believe I'm here. I assumed Hawaii was just full of people everywhere. Because it's so small, so I don't know, it's like, it must be super crowded everywhere, but there's like 7 islands in the chain. The one I was on is called the Big Island, and the Hawaii is the big one. But there's hardly anybody on that island. Really desolate. And I was kind of surprised by that. But anyway, I had a good long rest. And I did do some freelance work while I was there. I ended up staying there for 8 years, so I guess I made some money to stay there. I don't know how I was going to stay there. One of the projects that I got while I was there is I was able to be an illustrator on a book about vampires. It just kind of came out of the blue. I think the guy had seen that medieval city, and he said, "Hey, I want you to illustrate this book." I said, "Okay, I'd love to do that." I'm not into vampires. I'm not even into Dungeons and Dragons and Lord of the Rings, but it's kind of fun to sort of jump into those worlds for a little while and sort of play with it. Leave. The same guy who authored this book, after this one was done, wanted me to work on another book with him, and when he told me what it was about, I was like, something to do with torture devices from that. I was like, I don't want to draw torture devices. I mean, drawing vampires was dark enough for me. I don't want to live in the dark world all the time. And that's what you do. Whatever you do, make sure you enjoy doing that while you're doing it. Because I've turned down work, concept work that had to do with games, war games, because I just didn't want to do concept art of war stuff. That's just a personal preference of mine. But yeah, I just couldn't stomach it. I had to turn it down.
Unfortunately, we have to wrap up.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. So, basically, from then on, I moved back to Atlanta in 2012. I ran out of money, basically. And I'm still doing freelance artwork now. And I'm also kind of looking for something in industrial design. I think I want to get back into that. So, anyway, I'm just going to run through these real quick. This is just more concept art that I did either for myself or for other people. This is a book series that I've got going now called Seven Transmission to buy off Amazon. Sort of graphic novel. But anyway, that's it. I think I'm getting close to something. Characters, I'm excited for Rojak.
Unfortunately, we don't have time for like group questions, but if you want to ask some questions personally, I'm sure there's nothing to say from me. And we'll see you here next week. Have a great break.
Thank you for listening.